I talk to people. People talk to me. This is my friend. By the way, what is your name? I didn't even ask.
My name is Terrence. What's yours?
Terrence?
Yeah.
Abraham.
Abraham?
Abraham, yes. Like the guy in the Bible. So, Terrence is the expert, Grenadian expert of Grenadian life. Let's go ask him some questions. He's 18 and he knows what's up. He knows what's up. It's a beautiful day today in Grenada.
There's a tropical wave outside.
Tropical rain?
Wave.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, that's why he had all this rain this morning.
Tropical wave, huh?
Yeah.
So it come like a wave?
I don't know. I think it's something like, it's like the thing before a hurricane.
Oh, I see.
So you get a tropical wave, and then a tropical
It's the season. Yeah, it's the season. Look how beautiful. Oh, water is so clear. Grand Dance Beach. So Terrence, I have many questions. I'm curious because I'm looking for a place to possibly move to from Miami, because I wanna raise a family. First I need to meet my future wife and the future mother of my next team of children. I have 4 with my ex.
Oh.
Yeah, man. We've been productive.
Is it loud?
Huh?
Is it loud?
Is it what?
Loud.
Loud?
Yeah. With all the children.
No. If you get bothered by, if a person gets bothered by children, then even one is loud. But I love children. To me, that's just, and they were never obnoxiously loud. They're just kids.
So they were.
Play around, yelling, screaming naturally, like children. So that was great.
What are they now?
They're now since we divorced, I don't see them for 5 years.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy shit. That's why many men don't want to get married, because this happens a lot. How many men you meet who don't have any connection to their kids? Many. Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Not at all. That doesn't happen now. My father has 8 children, and I'm my mother's only child. So see how Grenada's so small? Like, we cannot hide.
You cannot hide, but at the same time, that's very true. He, by definition, cannot be close to all of them. He, not even close, he can't live with all of them.
No.
See, a father needs to be in the house for the children to grow and become good fathers themselves. They have to see the father, not someplace can't hide. I'm talking home.
Yeah.
Like I saw my father, for good or for bad, he was a great father in many ways. And then I saw my grandpa, who I still see, he's 99, and they were all, well, my father and my mother are still together, and that's uncommon for Grenada or for the world in general. So I grew up seeing a family. Now if you think of how you, for example, my kids, they're growing up for these 5 years and continuing without seeing their father. So that, by definition, even in Russian language, we have a saying, not seen is like hate. When you say ненавидеть, it's like you're not seeing, also means you hating, because you're not seeing who you're supposed to be seeing. It's like a wordplay. So they naturally hate me because I'm not there.
Yeah.
Whoever fault it is, their inner being does not record.
But they're gonna still blame you because.
Oh, and they do already. Yeah, because I'm easy to blame because I'm not there, and also I'm a bad guy because I yell at them and I was strict. Mama is always nice. She let them do whatever they want, and there we go. So I'm the mean guy.
But I realized like my father's the type like their mother. Like my father would let us, like he wouldn't let us do whatever we want, but like whatever we want to do, just ask him and then we'll do it. But we have to listen to him. Like he's the boss.
Of course, he's the father.
Right. But I understand you need we need a little discipline, because my little brothers are now talking to me like I'm not older than them. Like they could do what they want and
See?
they don't have to listen to nobody.
And that's not good.
No, not at all.
You need a certain structure. Now, so let's take you for example. Are your mom and your dad together?
No.
See, just like in my case, with my children. Now, when did they go separate ways?
Well, I was born. My mother went away so I stayed with my father for about 2 years, and then they came back. I think around 9 or 10, when I was 9 or 10. But they've just been close. Like they have no problem talking to each other, but like they're not together. My father is married now, so I have a stepmother.
I see. So your father has a family now, and he lives with his wife, which is your stepmother, right?
And crazy enough, my stepmother is my older brother's mother.
So, because he has kids with her, so that's your stepbrother. Oh, just one. How many?
He has 5 baby mothers. It's confusing.
But no, it's not, because he's a very strong man.
Yeah.
And women like him. The only problem that I see, and it's a challenge, I hate the word problem, is that in our system, they're all dispersed. If he was
a bit.
Oh, a lot.
But he tries. I like that.
I'm talking living.
As a father, he tries as a father for all of us to be there.
But you can't.
Well, like I won't be there today, but like after school, all the little children would go by.
He's a great guy.
And then he drops them home by their mom.
He has 5 baby mothers, right?
Yeah.
And how many kids?
8.
Total of 8 with 5 women.
Yeah.
Now, if he was Muslim, Muslim,
yeah,
that's perfectly fine. But they would live in the same house, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, some women can't deal with that.
Women here.
Yeah.
Well, now, so most of these women, if you look at them, look what happens. He lives with his wife, who's your stepmom. Now, how old is your father? Probably younger than I. He's probably in his
48.
Well, I am 49, so he's my age. He's got 8 children with 5 women. I have 4 children with 1 woman. I wish to have been like him, or to be like him in some ways. Now, the other 4 women are usually, maybe there's an exception, cannot create another family. Now look at their lives. You could see your own mother. You could see the other 3, because there's 3 more women with whom he has children.
Yeah.
Your mom and 3 more. Usually, and then the wife is with him.
Okay.
So she's taken care of by him. But the other ones, what is that? It's like a snake. But the other ones usually cannot form another family. Now you tell me, usually they will not be with other men. They'll just be by themselves. You tell me, in your situation, how many of the 4 were able to remarry? And none. Exactly. Why? See how I knew it?
Yeah.
Because it's a pattern. And I'm not no psychic. I am, but not now. I don't, well, we all psychic if you want to be. We all could see, we could all understand the energies if we are.
Yeah.
I've
noticed that.
Right. If you just pay attention. You pay attention to the pattern, you could say, hey, like some psychics, let me feel your energy. Oh, I feel that none of these women have families. And you say, oh yeah, that's right. How'd you know? Come on, it's just common sense. Because knowing a lot of histories of people, once the woman gets hurt like that. You want to go back? Let's go back. Because we see the wind is pulling us. Let's go. Let's turn back. Because we're going to this cliff. So you see, your mom and these other 3 women got hurt. Now, from him, yeah, he not on purpose. He didn't do it on purpose. He did it just because of the way the life is. He did the best he could, but his actions, look, man, I like a Grenadian man. They're built. You're built. You probably don't even work out. Do you work out? Probably not. Just move around, and you build great, natural. this is what I'm trying to tell you. How do we avoid that thing? Because if I meet a woman and I tell her, hey, I want a family, once they hear family, they run because they're scared. If I say, oh sweetheart, let's have dinner, I'll take you out, I'll travel, oh, they like that.
But I like what he does. Like, he doesn't hide us at all. Like, if he was to go talk to a woman or something, he'd be like, oh, this is my children. Like he.
Oh, he's proud.
Yeah.
He's a great man. That's why women love him. The only system doesn't let him to be with all of them at once. In fact, he can't be with them at all except for with one. And everyone's suffering, especially, guess who's suffering the most? These women and the kids. And the kids too, because now, you know, his 8 children, we gotta go back, man. This wind is pretty strong. Let's turn back. There's a lot of wind here.
Yeah, it's not gonna pick up.
We gotta go back. You see how it blew us all the way here? Gotta start paddling, man. Keep paddling. The kids that he has, most of them will not be able, unless they understand what they're dealing with. See, this is what I share with people. We are all like computers. We run programs that we have installed in us. Like, you see how I speak English.
Yeah.
It's not by choice, because I was brought to the country, United States, when I was 16, and I learned the language that the country spoke. Had I been brought to France, I would have spoken French. So just like I was born into a culture that makes me do certain things that are not even natural. It's not natural to have what I have and your father has, have 8 children with 5 women. That's not natural.
Yeah.
And let me correct myself. It is very natural. What's not natural is to not be able to live with all of them together.
Yeah.
That is completely crazy.
That's, I believe, and that one thing I realized that I'm seeing a lot happening because of social media as well is westernization.
Big, see, you're 18 and you get it.
Yeah,
Most people don't get it ever.
I see it because
You see how society is messing with us.
because I'm watching this, right? We live on an island. Grenada recently, probably about a few years ago, reached 100,000 people.
That's it, huh?
That's really small.
Very small.
How am I supposed to just marry one woman on this small island? Because you might have a baby with this lady and y'all fell through, but I might now fancy her. I like her now. You understand?
I understand.
How am I supposed to be?
You gotta get out. You gotta get out. You gotta get out of the island.
It's small for some people,
Of course it's small.
and it's slow.
And it's slow.
COVID really slowed us down.
Of course, because the tourism stopped or slowed down a lot.
But I don't like what the country did for itself either, because we were really good agriculturally, like second in the world. This small island, second in the world for producing nutmeg.
For real.
You know, Indonesia was #1.
Wow.
And I watched that, I'm like, Indonesia has over 1 million people and stuff.
Oh, much more than that.
And what?
Indonesia got many million.
And
Tens of millions.
and each person could have at least 1 acre of land. That's how big Indonesia is.
It's huge.
And we came second in the world for producing nutmeg.
Like absolute production. You're second in the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
But we got a hurricane in 2004. Hurricane Ivan mashed up all the fields and stuff. So we still produced, but we weren't able to recover.
They got damaged. Wow.
And that's one thing I don't like at all. Because if we could sustain ourselves agriculturally, we don't need this tourism industry.
Yeah, but tourism is a bonus.
It is. And
You don't have to get rid of it, because you see, tourists for many thousands of years, people love travelers. They call them pilgrims, they call them nomads, because they enrich cultures. For example, right now I'm traveling to Grenada and you're enriching my culture. I'm gonna go to my place and say, I met this guy Terrence, He's a visionary. At 18 years old, he sees big things. He sees a big picture.
Yeah.
Now you will say, hey, I met this guy Abraham. He's from Miami. He's Jewish, Russian, Ukrainian, American, whatever he is. But he's talking some weird shit too.
But no, I'm getting weird. I'm getting knowledge from you.
I'm getting knowledge from you.
I
And that's
realize that that's all everybody has to offer.
That's it. That's a beautiful thing. Once humans realize how each of us possesses a treasure to the other, so then we will cling to one another and say, please let's teach each other, let's share, and how it is to be a beautiful human being. You made mistakes, or I'd say rather, you've had lessons in your life. I have had lessons. Why should you repeat my hard lessons when I could tell you, Terrence, for example, you're going out with this lady, she's trouble. You try to fix it or move on.
Well, what am I supposed to do? Because I'm accustomed to getting that. Like your parents tell you, oh, don't do this, don't do this.
Yeah, but do they give you the alternative?
No.
Like how to fix it? It's easy to say don't do it, but first of all, why? For example, I'll give you an example. Let's say you going out with the lady. Let's say you have a relationship. I'm speaking hypothetical.
Yeah.
And your mom or your dad says, I don't like her. And he won't even say it in her face. He'll say it to you behind her back. Let's just say. And that happens a lot. Oh, I don't like this girl for you. She's this and that. She's from such and such family.
And then I would be like, well, how would he do that?
Well, let's say he feels a certain thing, or he can see certain things. Let's just say maybe he has a point. But my point is, let's sit down. Sit the lady down. I tell my mom, you have an issue with my lady? Let's talk. First of all, explain yourself. What's the reason? Because I just don't like her. That's not gonna cut it. Explain to me. So then when she starts explaining, we'll talk about what if let's say, for example, what if my lady smokes? My mom says, I don't like smoking women. So I say, you know, let's say Anastasia, you smoke. My mom is right. And I also hate when women smoke. So let's work on you quitting smoking. That's beautiful. That's productive. Next thing I know, a week later, my lady quit smoking. Beautiful.
Wow.
And isn't that something?
Yeah.
Instead of just saying, oh, I don't like her, this and that.
Growth.
That's growth. Just like one of my mentors says, one of the meanings of life, there's many meanings or many frames where you can frame a meaning of life. But one of them he likes to say is double G. It's grow and give. As long as you're growing and giving, you're good. So that's a triple G. Grow, give, and be good. But that's what we're all about. Because if you stop growing, if a person stops, there's the saying in Russian, if a person stops developing, his disease picks up doing that. So develops his disease. If I don't grow, so does my disease. Because we need to keep growing every day. We need to become better, because we're not even getting any younger. You're young for now, but you gotta already think, hey, how I'm gonna be when I'm 28, when I'm 38, when I'm gonna have my family. Will I be able to be a father and stay there? Unlike my own father, unlike Abraham and my own father, because that's a challenge. That's a huge challenge. It's one of the biggest ones, to have to create a family and be there. I'm talking literally in the house every day, like my mom and dad. Even though I criticize them a lot, I have to give it to them.
Well,
they are together.
The problem you have with my father, but I don't see a problem. My
You don't see a problem with it?
Works. Like,
how?
You could say a religious country. Like on Sundays, you know,
People go to church. Are you religious?
I'm Catholic, but I don't go to church. I don't like the church environment.
But do you pray?
I don't pray as often, but like I would talk to God. Read the Bible.
Which God are you talking to?
That's a very, that blew my mind. Because I'm thinking like, is there really?
Let's talk about that for a second. That's an interesting conversation. We all, even without knowing, we all talk to God, and He talks to us. Whichever God, there's many gods, and I mean it. There are many religions. Each religion has its own God or a goddess. I like the goddess better. To me, that's a lady, because it's like I tell you some real ones. I'll introduce. You already know them, but I'll reintroduce you to some real goddesses that are for real. They don't fuck around. They love you. Oh no, and they're for real. They do exist, and you will not even argue about that, because they're too big to argue with, too obvious. You say, damn, that's power. So when you say you pray or you talk, you said you talk to God. Which God do you talk to?
Well, I've been talking to the Catholic one, so Yahweh.
Yahweh. Now you see, people, I'm making this movie. This gentleman, he knows what he's talking about, because a lot of people say Jesus. Jesus is Son of God.
Yeah,
Well, I love to talk to Jesus as well, but he's Son of God, according to Christian teachings. For example, I'm Jewish, but I'm not religious. But I study religion just so I understand the way it's trying to work.
yeah.
It's not really working all that well, but it's trying. It's doing what it can. My Jewish friends, when the religious ones, they don't believe that Jesus is the Son of God.
You know what they said? One thing somebody taught me, they said to believe is to doubt. Because if you know something,
You don't have to believe it. If you know, you already passed belief. See, there are 3 levels, according to some teachings. There is a level of faith, next is belief, and next is knowledge. So when a person has faith, people say in the Bible, just have faith. Don't ask questions. Blind faith. Come on. That does not work.
That's really against human nature.
Absolutely, it's against human nature. Now, sometimes when you have a mentor and it says, hey, you need to get up on this paddle board, but the guy says, hey, but I fell and I started drowning. I says, look, listen, you gotta do ABC, but you gotta have faith. And in that case, he has a point, because some people, they had a bad experience swimming, they nearly drowned, and they never wanna go back. So in that case, you could say, listen, I teach you ABCs, I'll teach you how to, we go slow, because the water is dangerous. We go slow on the shore where you can touch. But the guy says, no, but or usually ladies, I don't want to get in, I don't want to get in. I says, well, you have some faith in me, I'll be right there. So in that case, yes, to have faith, and that's why Jesus is so powerful. Remember, there was a story where he and Peter were walking on water.
Yeah.
And Peter was having doubts. So Jesus said, what you got to do is you got to do a few things. Again, you don't have, people take it literally. I don't know how a person can walk on water. There are a lot of interesting theories about this, but it's like a metaphor. It's not like, you don't have to take it literally. It's like a little bit of like a leap of faith, they say, but it's like a myth. It's like a fairy tale a little bit. Like animals talking, Santa Claus. There are reasons that we believe in, we listen to the fairy tales. It's like a symbolic. So when he says, Peter, you gotta do a couple of things. First, have faith in me. I got this water trick down. I know it. I've perfected it because I have faith. Now when you're gonna be with me, you're gonna walk behind me. You gotta have faith. You gotta trust Jesus. And then the way you have your faith is by looking right here. You look at my head. Just keep your eyes on me. And now I will use my power to make you also be able to walk on water. Because we're gonna go far into the ocean. Keep walking on water. It's scary. And then he goes, number 2, do not look down. Do not look down. In other words, don't have doubts. Looking down is a symbol for doubts. Oh, Peter was walking, and you know, if you remember the story, what happened? He started doubting and he looked down and he started drowning. So then Jesus was say, damn, this kid, I teach him, you don't listen to me. Fine, he had to go and grab him, maybe smack him a little bit. Say, come on, Peter, stop messing around. I told you, don't be smart. If you remember the Old Testament, there was the same story, very similar. When Lot, the nephew of Abraham,
I haven't reached there yet. I'm still in Genesis, but
you reach, it's a few chapters away from where you are. There is a Sodom and Gomorrah. There are 2 cities that got burned by God.
Yeah, I know the story.
So remember what happened to the wife of Lot?
Yeah, she looked back. She looked back and she turned to sand.
And she turned into this pillar of salt.
Oh, salt.
Salt, yeah, because she also looked back, and the husband said, do not, bitch. Don't be looking back, you stupid. But she did it. And that's what happens a lot. And there's a symbol that women gotta listen. They gotta listen. When it shit starts hitting the fan and we gotta get out of Sodom and Gomorrah, bitches gotta listen.
Who you gonna listen to? Obviously, the man.
You gotta choose your leader and listen to him, for better, for worse, that we stay united. And if there's trouble, you face it. But you can't have one say this one turning, and no. The army would never work. Army is like a unit. So you talk to Yahweh, huh?
Sometimes.
Does he?
When like, just okay, I'll be like, oh yes, Father, thank you for the day, thank you for whatever. Anytime I'm feeling.
Do you have issues with him? Do you have problems with him? Do you have complaints?
As I'm reading, I'm having questions, and I'm like, why would you do this? And
What kind of questions do you have? See, because if he did exist, let's say he did exist, if he did, he don't, but if he did,
I don't believe God is in heaven. Thinking about it, I feel
he's right here.
He walks right, and that people said this. If we are all like have some kind of forms of God, and you see this water here, strongest thing in the world.
Yet it's so soft.
Yeah. So, and we have water inside of us. So can you say water is God? Because everything needs water.
Some people said that in the past. They said, in fact, you could read about this one Greek guy. His name is, as far as I remember, Thales. He felt that water was the origination of everything. He said, we all come from water. We consist of water. The earth is 75-80% water. Yeah, so it's all coming. Even in the Bible, they say his spirit was flying over the water, and water and spirit, it actually is one, because it evaporates and becomes a spirit, and it's like everywhere. See the clouds, they're full of water, air, trees, everything. Water, they say water is life. Without water we can't even live a couple of days. But so you can say that he is water, but he is also everything else. If we talk about him being everywhere, every time, from eternally and all places. My only question is, if it's truly Yahweh, maybe it's some other God, maybe it's Allah,
well,
the Muslim God.
Well, I'm thinking of like Greek gods, because I read a little Greek fiction books, but the
mythology, right?
Yeah, Greek mythology. And then thinking about it, I don't think they're wrong or like they're any different. Or we could see.
But they got many.
Oh yeah, but we could see they still have like one true All Father.
You mean Zeus?
Right.
But he just became a director. He's like he's a director of the whole organization.
Yeah.
He was selected. he was actually, he wasn't born
But he
to be
was
the,
created.
huh?
He was created, right?
Do you remember how?
I-
I'll refresh your memory because I studied this shit a lot. So first there was chaos, similar to Genesis, by the way. A lot of these different religions have a very similar beginning. So there was chaos, and from the chaos came two things: Gaia, Mother Earth.
Yeah.
And Gaia, first she came, and she created,
The Titan, right?
not yet, she created Uranus. Watch this, that's a sky. That was her son.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, check this out. Then she married the son. And that's a lot, because that happens a lot with humans too. Mothers married their sons in some tribes. And in the ancient times that happened. Back before, even before Bible. Many thousands of years. Fathers married daughters, mother married sons. They had children together. Everything was fine. So that is reflected by these stories. I'm not saying to do it. I'm just saying that's been done. So Uranus and Mother Earth, Gaia. The word Gaia, you could find it in Gaia or Gaia. Geography, geology, geometry. It's all geo. Yeah, it's all Gaia. It stays there now in a lot of words. Even genetics, generation, it's all from that. Now, they together had titans. They had kids. And he was jealous and scared and paranoid that one of them is going to overthrow him, because he was the king of the world, his Uranus guy. And then he was shoving them back into Gaia, shoving them into this place called Tartarus, like the hell, inside Gaia, inside the earth.
But isn't Tartarus a person?
Huh?
Didn't Tartarus become a person or something?
As far as I remember, we need to check. I don't want to say for sure, but Tartarus, as far as I remember, is hell. It's this place. It's like they refer to him as a being. Like Uranus is a sky, but it's also like a being. Like he has like a personality to it. Like the Gaia is the earth, but it's a Mother Earth. It's a very motherly, all-creating Mother Earth. Look, she's everywhere. So, in fact, she gave us all birth. We were born from her, and we will go back into her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
I came and from this I shall return. That's even in Christian.
everywhere. It's everywhere, because that's what really happens. So now, the titans were shoved back. So then Gaia got all pissed. I mean, all the kids she gives birth to, and they get shoved back into her. So then she told one son, whose name was Cronus. That's father time. From there we get chronicity, chronic, chronology. Chronometer is actually the Latin for time, Greek Latin time, chrono. So his name was Cronus. She told Cronus to deal with the father who's crazy. So Cronus went up secretly, and ready for this? I'm gonna say this. This is a key moment in Greek mythology. People, you ready? What Cronus did has been painted by Michelangelo and Da Vinci. He cut his dick off. Just like that. Castrated the father. So you don't do that no more. So you don't make children and shove them. That's exactly what he did. That's why these stories, they're not too popular, you know, in schools, because it becomes graphic. But these people, they create, I mean, humans created the story, so they want to show what happens when a son is unhappy with his father. He can do that. In fact, there are theories that Noah was the victim of the same behavior by his son Ham. There is some evidence to that. That's why Noah cursed his son Ham.
Oh, when he was...
Well, he saw him naked.
When he got
Yeah,
drunk.
he saw him naked. But think about it. It doesn't make sense.
I
Just
was wondering why, because the Bible doesn't say nothing. Because like
he says that he
out of nowhere,
saw
like,
him
he
naked.
yeah, he saw him naked.
Yeah, but then
and
that's not a big
cursed
deal.
him.
Yeah, he cursed not only him, he cursed his nation, he cursed them forever.
Descendants and all.
Because now the word Ham, let's go back, see how the wind is pulling us. His descendants, like for example in Russia, the word Ham is like a mean person. Real mean. Yeah, the word Ham. It's a name, but we use it to curse at people. Yeah, I say Tiham, you are Ham, that means you're bad. Nobody would call their kid Ham or Ham. You're not ever gonna meet a person named Ham. Never. We gotta go back, man. You see, the wind is blowing us away. Let's paddle back. Where is our place? Can you tell me?
Yeah.
Where is it?
That blue building right there?
Oh, the blue building, right?
Yeah.
That's the one, huh? Let's go. So the point I'm trying to make, that Cronus guy now became the king of gods. The Titan Cronus, the one who cut the penis of the Uranus. And Uranus was thrown into the Tartarus, as far as I remember. He was basically dismembered, and he was dethroned from the kingship. So then the Cronus, again, I'm telling you, you say you don't see how your father did stuff. I'm not blaming your father. I'm doing the same thing to my kids. It's just happening. We need to fix it. Like father, like son, they say. So Cronus also was paranoid, just like his own father. Well, he married this girl called Rhea. And Rhea means river. So Rhea means a current, like flow. So from there you get gonorrhea, menorrhea, diarrhea, yeah, all that. In English is diarrhea. Yeah, you're right. And that's basically means in Greek flow, river, Rio. So he married this Rhea girl. She was giving him kids, and those were the kids that you remember: Olympians, the Neptune, Hera, Poseidon is the Neptune, the Hades, the one that ruled the underworld. So you know what he did to them, Cronus? He ate them up.
Yeah.
Ate them. Because he was very, very concerned that they would overthrow him, just like his father was concerned. He was just like his father, paranoid. So then obviously Rhea, just like her mother-in-law Gaia, she started getting all pissed, because every time she gives birth, imagine my wife gave birth and I would eat the kids, she'd get pissed too. So what the fuck is that? So then she made that plan with the youngest one. She told him once she bore him, she says, look, go I'm gonna give like a rock that's wrapped in a cloth to this Cronus guy. So he eats that and thinks that he ate you. You meanwhile escape to the island of Crete. I think that was Crete. And you get strong, because you're still young. Maybe you need to take some karate lessons or MMA or something.
Or
Eat some good stuff, some nutmeg. Go to Grenada maybe while you're at it. So he goes to island of Crete, then he comes back strong, he grows up, and then he goes and he fights with Cronus. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's so beautiful. He fights with Cronus, and that was he has this big fight with him, and he beats him. Not completely. He makes him vomit all the kids. So he vomits them out, his brothers and sisters. One of them he'll marry later. And you know the guy's name? Do you know that son's name who beat Cronus? Zeus. That's the guy. So you see, he had to work to become the god of gods, the god of Olympus. And then he got married to his sister, Hera. Yeah, you remember. Let's go. So, and then he told his brothers and sisters to fight the Titans, and there was a big war against Olympians were fighting the Titans, and they ultimately won because there were other Titans that Kronos told to stick up. So that's just the basic story of how Zeus became the director.
But I think that the world is so big, and like there's like different parts. They're like mentioning real places in the world. So like the gods and stuff were big, but I don't think they were that big.
Well,
Because
how big do you think Yahweh is? The god Yahweh, you can think of him as Zeus. I mean, it's not Zeus, but it's just another god. Is he real though? Do you think Zeus is real?
Zeus,
Like for real, that you think there's a obviously it's not a person. He's a lightning throwing. The lightnings that we see, that supposedly he's throwing. Do you believe that? Like for real?
well,
Think there's a guy by the name Zeus sitting there throwing lightning?
like
I tell you, it's not. No, it's a fairy tale. But it's a beautiful fairy tale because it shows a lot of similarities with humans, and there's a lot of metaphors, like a fairy tale,
Yeah,
like Santa. Santa, we all know, doesn't exist, but it's a beautiful, beautiful story. Kids love it for when they still believe it, and it's about
but they said for all fairy tales like about.
For what?
Had to be a little bit.
Say it again.
For all like fairy tales and rumors to come about, there had to be just a little bit of
You see how if you really want to investigate that phrase, a little bit of truth, you can't have a little bit of truth or a little bit more. It's either true
or not.
or not, like pregnancy. You can't have a little pregnant. Oh, she's a little pregnant, but not too much. Now, certain things in life are what they call binary. In other words, like a computer.
Yeah.
Why the computer makes no mistakes? Because he operates on a 1 and a 0. So that's called the binary code. And certain things in life are like that. For example, life and death. For example, pregnancy, as I said. For example, truth. Absolute truth is absolutely true. And it can be a little bit not true, then it's not the truth. So if we think of God, let's say Yahweh or Zeus or any other that type of God, he either exists or he doesn't. Now, if Yahweh exists, then Zeus cannot exist because they all deny one another. Like, let me rephrase, because Zeus does not deny any other gods, because he has many gods around him. Yahweh is a real selfish one, because he, even in the first commandment, he says, I'm the God, I'm the only God. Yeah, and the only, see, that's a selfish one.
When you think about it like that, it has some human instinctive. So I don't.
Selfish.
Yeah.
You want to be the king, you say, I'm your king, I'm the only king, and you don't, you think of another king, you damned, you're cursed.
If you are the king of the world, you should not have to tell people you're the king of the world.
You say exactly what I say. If he's a true God, this is exactly what I say to people. You really like, you may have heard me say the same thing you're saying. If God is truly the only God, he doesn't have to come and say that, because it's like me coming home where I live and telling my kids, hey, I'm your father, I'm your only father and the only true father. They will look at me like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? What, is there something we should know? Like, why are you getting all weird?
But I would
Imagine your father comes home one day and say, hey, Terrence, I'm your father. There's no other father. You're gonna say, whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on in here? It's something I should know? Is there, huh?
Do I have a next time?
You're gonna start doubting, because otherwise, why is he talking like this? It's obvious. If the God is but because in that very sentence, that first commandment, it shows how illogical that commandment is, because if he's a true God, the only God, he shouldn't say, hey, believe me and don't believe any others. There shouldn't be an issue. he shouldn't be paranoid. Let you believe whoever. I'm the one. I know. My kids, they can believe whatever they want. I know I'm their father. I'm not gonna threaten them. If you think there's another father, I'm gonna kill you, or you're gonna burn in hell. No. Think all you want.
My dad has a little saying, mommy baby, daddy baby.
That's right. That's right.
But with all these stories, I believe that they were all there.
Huh?
They were all there because the Christian Bible talks about there being giants and stuff, and then for them to be angels and stuff. You can really just cross past them.
You what?
You could cross past each religious book. If you like cross past them, it seems like the stories, some of the stories are similar, or I feel it's just someone's different take of the story.
My question to you is, do you think they're real? Do you think they're true?
Well, there's no reason why not to believe.
Okay, I'll tell you a reason. Do you believe snake speaks? Do you believe the rib come out and make a lady? That's all surreal. That's not real.
But
You
as-
believe that God is threatening me to believe that he's the only God?
But as you said, it was like fairy tale.
Well, but the fairy tales are not true.
And
They're
the
just fairy
person-
tales.
And the person who wrote it wasn't even there.
It's been written by many people, but what I'm asking you is, because some people really believe that to be true. Some people believe in a Muslim God. Some people believe in Jewish God. Some people believe in Christian God, Buddha, Hindu. They believe in different gods. Every religion believes in his own as though it's the absolute truth. But then that by definition will deny all the other ones. So which one is true? None. None is true. But my gods are true. And if I reintroduce them to you, they'll become true to you too, because they are true. And they don't ask you to believe them or not, because they know and they love you no matter what. They'll never threaten you. They'll never make you feel like you have to do something. You'll always get love from them if you only understand how they work.
But that's kind of like the same thing people say with God. Like, all
Again, you don't even know who my gods are, because they're your gods as well. They have names.
Yahweh.
No, Yahweh is a terrorist. He burns and drowns people and animals. What kind of God is that?
His own creation.
Yeah, it makes no sense. He created humans in his own liking, and then 10 generations down the road, he decided, no good. Let me drown all of them, huh?
Yeah, let me drown all of them. I don't
And
like
kids and old people and everyone except for Noah. By the way, Noah, who cursed his son for something so little. Noah is the best guy ever, and he's cursing his son Ham for something so little, but that we go to later. Point is, how does a God have the audacity? First of all, if you examine this logically, it makes no logical sense. People say, oh, you can't use logic. Of course you can, and you should.
My brain, half of my brain is logic.
Most of it, especially if you're a man. Now, think about two possibilities. God, as we are told, is all-knowing, which means omniscient. He knows everything. And all-powerful, omnipotent.
I'm realizing that's not true.
But hear the thought process. So let's just assume that that's true, because that's what the Bible says.
Yeah.
God is all-knowing. He knows the past, he knows the present, and he knows the future. Not only he knows it, he makes it. Of course, if I'm making something, I better know it. It's my creation. If I'm drawing a picture and I draw something intentionally, and I'm like, what the fuck? Who did this? Well, I did this. No, let me rip this shit up and burn it. Whoa, but I did it. So let's not get mad at myself. I did it. Let's just accept, maybe I don't like it, redo it again. Why I gotta get all crazy? Now, so God creates the future. It's his creation.
Yeah.
So if that's the reasoning, he then knew. This is a very important thing. He must have known that 10 generations down the road, he's gonna get disgusted. And he did it anyway. And then he blamed people. It's just like me giving a lighter to my 2-year-old without a safety switch. You got good balance without a safety switch. And then knowing, I know, because I'm gonna entice him. I say, look, these nice curtains, they really, when you put them into flame, they look nice, they burn so beautiful. Why don't you do that? Why don't you do that like the snake says? Why don't you eat that apple? That's a nice apple. So the kid, 2-year-old, 3-year-old, of course, the lighter is easy, there's no safety. Clicks it. Kids love to play with fire. That's why we need adults to say, no, stop it. Because they don't understand the connection between little nice fire and the next thing, the house getting burned.
My mom let me burn myself. Like when I was young.
So then you learn. But so you see, then imagine me when my kids, who I enticed and provoked by giving them the lighter, and I'm gonna drown them because they misbehaved. Or I'm gonna go to the judge and say, look, these kids, let's drown them because they're fucked up kids. They burned down my house. Judge says, whoa. They're 3 years old. You gave them the lighter. You actually even provoked them by giving them all these interesting things to light up. Now you get drowned. So by that logic, God should have drowned himself for doing that shit. That's disgusting what he did.
Well, I think he did it because he sees Adam, because they said he made him in like his own image.
But did you hear what I was telling you?
Yeah.
Does it make sense to you what I just said? Because if he knew, then he did it on purpose.
Yeah.
That he's a mean.
That's what I think. I don't understand. That's why I've never understood why.
You know, there's nothing to understand. It's a very mean story. It's a mean fairy tale. Like him telling Abraham, go kill your son. What kind of crazy shit is that?
Abraham was going to do it.
He was playing with the guy. I'm sure Abraham wasn't that stupid to go kill his son. He just wanted to just play along, just so to illustrate that he's all God-loving, God-obedient. As my ancestor, I'm Abraham. Would you ever kill your son if God told you to?
No.
Kill your son? That's crazy. And a real God would never say that. He can never tell anyone to kill anyone because he loves. God is creation. He's not a destroyer.
And that's a commandment too, thou shalt not kill.
But he himself told someone to kill. See, that's exact. He goes against his own commandments. Oh, but he wanted to check. God doesn't have to check. He knows. The ones who check are the only ones who don't know. Then they're worried to make sure. Now, there's another option. That God did not know that the humans are gonna go crazy like this. Well, if he didn't know, then he's not all-knowing. And I don't want to listen to the God who creates something and then drowns. If he didn't know, he should have said, listen, people, I've miscalculated, sorry. Let me help you figure this out. Yee, motherfucker.
I realize he's very selfish from the Tower of Babel.
Huh?
Everybody came together to build the tower to reach him. And then
You destroy that shit.
Yeah, everybody got different now.
Babble.
Yes.
That's why people babble, still babble, in all different languages. But I tell you something else. I feel like you don't want to hear the names of my gods. In fact, they're goddesses. They're all ladies. The main ones are all females. And the ones I tell you their names, your life will change. Because you'll know who to pray to. And when you pray to them, they pray to you. Because it's always mutual. And they'll never ever threaten you. They'll never make you feel guilty, ashamed. Oh no, they don't know what that even means. That's all crazy gods that have shame, guilt, anger, vengeance. Nah, these ones are not like that. Would you like to know the names? Okay, so the first name, there are many, is, I already mentioned her, Mother Earth. Gaia. That's my goddess. She's right here. I love her. She loves me always. She gives me everything I have, from my birth to my passing as this body, to my spirit that's gonna fly all over the cosmos, and her sister, Mother Nature, her older sister, actually her mother, because Mother Nature created Mother Earth. That's my goddess. And her mother, Mother Universe. These are my goddesses. and they'll never threaten me. They love me. They love you. I'm speaking, I'm feeling them, all of them. Imagine the power of the universe. And the universe can make people do, well, it doesn't make them, but people can create all types of craziness. Universe is not gonna prevent them. She'll just smile and say, you know what, you fool around, that's what you want to do, you're on your own. Huh?
If it fails, it fails.
She says, if humans mess around creating all evil gods, Mother Nature says, you know what, my dear humans, you're on your own. I don't condone violence, I don't condone threats, I don't condone ignorance and deceit. That's all you humans. You wanna do it? I'm here to support you either way, but you will hurt, because once you hurt someone, you hurt yourself. If you're gonna threaten someone, you get threatened yourself. Everything you do comes right back.
Yeah.
May not come right back. It doesn't have to come right back, because Mother Nature knows. Sometimes she prolongs the karma.
I might throw you off.
Huh?
I might throw you off the paddleboard, and then one wave might come and tip me over.
And that happens every day. People think they lie to someone. Well, they just open up what they call a Pandora box, and the next time somebody's gonna lie to them.
So what's karma?
So, see, you ask beautiful questions. Do you believe in karma?
Yeah, I have experience. I believe I experienced karma wholeheartedly.
Christians don't believe in karma.
Really?
Not in that sense. Christians believe that as long as you love God, the Christian God, which by the way is the same as Jewish God. Jews created that God, and he's the same as a Muslim God. He just has different names. Allah, Yahweh is the same guy.
Allah and Yahweh.
Allah, you know Allah?
Yeah.
The Allah, the Muslim God.
Yeah.
That's the same God as you mentioned, Yahweh. That's a Jewish God, that's a Christian God, and his son, according to Christians, is Jesus. But that's only Christians believe.
Yeah.
And Jesus never meant, he never claimed exclusivity, that he is the only son. He said we're all sons and daughters of God.
Yeah.
He, for all I know, he was talking about my own goddesses, Mother Nature, Mother Earth, and Mother Universe, Mother Truth, Father Truth, whatever. All these beautiful gods, Father Sincerity, or Mother, or whatever. Father Love. Ooh, ooh, that's a big one.
That was my karma.
Huh?
That was my karma. I felt really heartbroken, but I was a kind
You
of,
were in a relationship
I was in a relationship with multiple females
at the same time.
So down here you need a
Hornaman?
yes, a horn. It's like
That's a nice wind. What happened to this? Whoa, where'd that come from?
that's love.
That's love. That's your Hornaman energy. See, it blew us.
Strong.
Strong.
And then there was this girl I really loved. We've been through ups and downs, a big few years and stuff. And then like, all of a sudden, like, she was like a girl over me. Man.
She was seeing someone else as well?
Yeah. But like, at that time, I didn't really like her alone. So I was only dealing with her. She
Dealing.
That's how
Loving.
That's how we
If you were dealing and she dealt with you better.
But
When did you and her break up?
yeah, we don't talk now.
You don't talk?
No.
Reconnect. You still hold the grudge.
No, I'm incapable of holding grudges.
Oh, you just said you are. You went, that's a grudge.
No.
It's subconscious. You don't feel it.
I think that's like she won't talk to me. Because
That's an excuse.
no,
That's it. See how?
tried to talk to her.
Watch this. Watch. You're gonna argue with me now. You inside are still mad at her. You hold a grudge. You still hurt. That's natural. And you hold that grudge, and you may not be conscious of it. It's below your consciousness. And when you're like,
Right, I do blame her because
Exactly.
I found a next girl that I love and
So-
she made us break up.
now we connect. You can connect to your soul that way, because the soul keeps a lot of this darkness in. It's not even, it's what's next to the soul, subconscious. Those demons, we all got demons. I'm mad at all my exes. I say to them, screw you bitches, but I love you.
I love you.
I love you. I hate what you do, you still have me blocked, or have yourself actually blocked, because you can't block me. Do I look blocked? People, do I look blocked? I don't look blocked to me. I'm all open. Paddling with my great friend Terence. So if these honeys want to block themselves, that's up on. But I will hate them for that. I hate what they do. See, we have to realize we don't hate people, we hate their actions.
I hate that we can't get past it.
I'm sorry?
I hate that we can't get past it.
Can't get past it?
Yeah, like, I know I did this, feel the error of my ways. And
Well, what did you do wrong?
I went back to the first girl I loved. Because the second girl I loved, she was like, oh, you're gonna go back with her and thing and stuff. And then I was like, no, you know.
Well, hold on, let me get this straight. So you were in a relationship with multiple ladies, right?
That was all, yeah.
And then you met her. What's her name?
I was in Erin. Her name is Erin.
I'm sorry?
Erin.
Erin?
Yeah. She
Erin.
was my first girlfriend.
And how old is she now? Is she the same age as
Yeah.
you?
We got together like 14, 15.
Okay, and she lives in Grand
Puppy love. But
Puppy love.
I really got attached to her and stuff. You know. And then
She's a good woman.
yeah, after we broke up the first time, that's when I started being a corner man, having the multiple.
Oh, so you got hurt. It said, you know, screw it, I'm just gonna sleep with many women
Yeah.
and not tell each one.
And then
That's bad karma.
yeah.
That's a
And
bad
then
karma,
I
because you
found-
lied.
I found like.
Did you feel like you were lying?
No.
And you were.
No. Like if
Check-
they
check-
asked me, I wasn't gonna tell them.
Check this out. If you don't tell someone, that's still a lie.
That's true.
That's called lying by omission. It's a very popular lie. Most men, when they cheat, they don't tell.
Nah.
Don't ask, don't tell, but they're lying by not telling.
But they found out. I know.
Oh, they always do.
But after me and her broke up, we got back together.
So when you hold on, so let me get this straight. So you had these multiple relationships, and then you went back to the Erin.
Yes. And then me and Erin broke up again.
But when you went back to Erin, were you still seeing other women?
It was weird. Like no, once we like said that like we were together, it was just us.
For the second time.
The second time it was just us, but like it would be different because I started having multiple relationships, so I was kind of fighting that kind of past me. But I got
But when you went back to her, were you seeing other women as well?
no,
So you went back again exclusive to her.
yeah.
Okay, so what did you do wrong? So far, nothing.
Well, then again, we broke up after that because she
Why?
found like a next guy that she got feelings for.
Oh, so she met someone while she was with you, and did she start cheating on you or no?
No,
She told you right away, and that hurt you.
not really. I
Of
felt
course
like-
it did.
I felt like
Stop.
I expected it though.
No, it still hurts.
It still hurt.
Why you say no?
It still hurt. And you know what makes it
You
worse?
say no now. Of course it hurts.
You know what makes it worse? All the guys like she went to were my friends.
Oh, friends will do that.
Yeah. But like I didn't blame the guy.
Of course you did. Of course you did.
I blame one. I blame one for a while.
You blame them all, man.
He did it. He went after my exes more than once, man.
That's not a good friend. He will do something behind your back. For example, if me and you are friends and you're with this lady, I'll tell you, hey, I like her too, but guess what? That's your lady.
Yeah.
Respect and love to you. I like her. She's great. She's gorgeous. Had we lived in a tribe, we all sleep together. But we don't live in a tribe. And by the way, if you want and her want, let's do it all. I'm like that. But I ain't. Believe me, I've cheated too. And I've. Let me tell you a quick story. There was one, and I'm still saying this now because that one I don't feel good about. I feel guilt. I feel shame, and I even did something to undo it. So my one of my closest friends, now we're not friends no more, but who knows what the future brings. His name is Alex, just like one of my names. So he was in love with this lady by name is Tanya, but she was married and they were having an affair for the most part. So she never wanted to divorce, but she had this crazy affair with my friend. Everybody knew. the whole bunch of friends, we were like a bunch of friends, we all knew. So that's what they did. And she was beautiful. People of my age now, they're 50. So I liked her too a lot. She liked me, because I'm a musician, I play, I sing, she has a great voice. So then one day, when she was, I think, divorced already, and they were maybe not really seeing each other, or maybe they were, but no, they weren't seeing each other. But I know the guy had feelings for her still. So then she and I had something, and I felt so bad, not because it was just silly, but I felt like I betrayed my friend.
Yeah.
Because I didn't tell him, and I felt that maybe he probably still had feelings for her. So then some years later I told him, but for that time I went and I even gave my blood donation, because I felt very bad toward him. And then they were not together, but that was still pretty low of me. So these friends of yours, they're not real friends, they're bad. They can backstab anyone. So now what happens? So you and her,
we went back together, and then we broke up again. And then we would just we would be it wouldn't work together. So we were just dealing with us on the side. We would talk to other people, but we would still be talking to
talking or sleeping?
talking.
Not sleeping.
Not sleeping. Not yet.
This is the second time you're talking to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I actually lost my virginity to one of the girls I was fooling around with, the multiple relationships.
But wait a second. You
Let me give you a time frame.
because you said the first you and her went together. So you weren't
together 2018.
But in 2018 you were only 13,
13, 14.
14. So you didn't have any intimacy with her then.
No.
Oh wow. It was just pure, like Adam and Eve when they were young. Beautiful, huh? It was gorgeous. Should have gotten married and had a baby. You could still do it, by the way.
I'm still gonna do it.
With her.
My mind,
But you gotta let her know.
my mind is still on.
Invite her out for dinner and ask her to bring a friend. We'll all go to dinner tonight. Say, come bring your friend. Huh? She's blocked. Well, you can give me the number, I'll call her.
She's the kind of girl.
Let me tell you, and when I talk to her, I'll tell you if you should pursue her, because if she blocks like this, that's not a marriage material.
But the only reason she blocked is because I messed up too.
It doesn't matter. She does wrong. A woman should no. How did you mess up? You cheated on her?
Recently, when I broke up with my second love because of her, because I had sex with her,
Hold on, with whom?
Erin.
So you broke with your second lady because you had sex with Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay. But you had sex with Aaron while you were with another lady.
Yeah.
And you did not tell Aaron you were in a relationship.
But I wasn't in a relationship.
But you were having a sexual relationship.
Yeah.
That's a relationship.
But she would know.
Who would know?
Erin. Because
Would she? Did she or did she not know?
She would know because
No, would, I don't understand. Would know.
she would know.
But I don't know what that means.
She
Did she know or did she not know?
Knew.
She knew you were sleeping with another woman.
Yeah, because
Did you talk? Did you talk?
the girl talked to her.
But but that's a lie. Because you should be the one. This is what fathers. I used to be doing what you do, so don't think I'm the same. But I stopped. So if I meet a woman today, I'll tell her, listen, this is me. I've cheated. I've had lovers, but I stopped. But I am open, and I can have two women. I'll never lie. I'll bring them home. But you gotta expose your whole life, and then no one can blame you. You say, this is how I am. If you don't like it, you don't have to be with me. But if you sleep with one and don't tell the next, and then she finds out, then she's gonna hold a grudge saying you cheated because you didn't tell her. All these things happen, especially if it's someone like Aaron, because Aaron thinks she's all that. Yeah, she's a hot mess. Oh, I know. I feel her energy. She's a beautiful lady that everybody likes. Everybody wants to be with because she's gorgeous. Yeah, and she's smart, and she knows how to how to play. Many men go crazy. That's that Medusa. Remember the Medusa? You look at her, you become a stone. That's that woman. Gotta be careful. She's still making your heart like a stone, like it's.
Still have a hold on it.
Oh yeah, because she's powerful. You feel it. Like my exes, they all like that. I just know them now. I say, hi, you wanna do that? Bring it on, baby. I will fall for you, but I won't lay there. I'll get up. If you're being a bitch, you'll stay there yourself, because I'm walking out.
Pastor, stop that.
Where is this? Here, right? I think we have to return these things. We gotta return them. I only have an hour. I don't want them to get all like... See, this is my friend. No matter what, me and you should have dinner tonight. This guy I can talk to. I can talk to you forever, because you have a lot of vision, a lot of wisdom, and he's only